The translation is good morning to all who are participating from around the world on our Thursday testimonials tonight. So it's really amazing and inspiring to know that many of you are interested in healthy lifestyle and mindful eating and taking back control of your health. I can say that the battle is already half won because everything starts with a proper mindset. The rest of the journey will be easy and victorious with the right guidance from our able mentors and especially us being true to ourselves. Please continue to tag your team members, family, and friends and share this so that we can help more people become aware and prevent an autoimmune disorder called gluten sensitivity, and in its worst case, celiac disease. I am Oliver Ong from Zamboanga City. I am a father of four, all working professionals with three based in Canada and one in Manila. I'm a granddad to four adoring grandchildren. I'm a business owner engaged in marketing of petroleum products, ice manufacturing, wharf operations, and solar systems installation. I am an active Rotarian for the past 33 years. For those who haven't heard about Rotary, it's a worldwide organization existing for 117 years and has presence in countries more than the United Nations. Rotary's motto is service above self, where servant leaders join together to discuss ideas and take action to do life-changing projects in the community and around the world. Rotary affords me the opportunity to meet many amazing and selfless people, and one of them is Mentor Elise, who is a past president of the Rotary Club of Bacolod South. We became Facebook friends in April 2018, and her post about barley got me interested and I inquired about it, and it led me to order 3 boxes initially. For myself and for my mom, who had a very poor appetite. Tonkat Ali coffee, which I fell in love with it instantly. With Tonkat Ali and barley as a perfect combination, I ended up getting the executive package, and the rest is history. For someone who just started taking barley, I couldn't be happier than having Elise as my mentor. She's patient, persistent, but very forgetful, and when to increase dosage, especially when I'm stressed out. In fact, to ensure that I don't forget, there's barley and tonkat in my pocket, in my car, in my office, at home, and in my luggage. In my last overseas trip, last April, I had everything in my luggage except my medicines, which I had forgotten, but not barley and tonkat. I am a relatively busy person, and I travel a lot to visit my family in Manila and Vancouver for business and Rotary works. When I served Rotary in a higher capacity, there were many times that I would have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in 3 different places. It would be breakfast in Zamboanga, or lunch in Cebu, and dinner in Osamis. Or it could be breakfast in Manila, lunch in Bacolod, and dinner in Iloilo. My days are filled with business and Rotary meetings, office work, and doing Rotary projects, and my schedule can be very stressful. One thing I'm really happy about in taking barley for the past 4 years is my morning allergy disappeared. My rhinitis was a daily occurrence, and I had to start my day with Avamis. a nasal spray. And if I don't use it, then my day would be on the wrong start. Barley saved the day for me and keeps me back as I take 4 to 6 sachets a day. I am a food lover, and it was one of the life's pleasure of having great food with families and good friends. When I'm in Zamboanga, it's always crabs or curacha and other seafoods. When I'm in Iloilo, hindi pwede walang Tatoy's chicken or bok choy. And Mentor Elise knows that when I'm in Bacolod, I won't be happy without my chicken inasal. Namit git. Other than those food that I crave, I truly enjoy having pizza with an overload of cheese and pepperoni. I could even finish 6 quarters of chicken inasal in one sitting. Who wouldn't enjoy the hot wheat bread with a delicious jam and butter, or a bowl of shrimp fried rice, a plate of pasta, and pancit? In fact, I have mastered cooking the shrimp fried rice and noodles that would give restaurants a run for their money. I used to cook them when my children crave for them and during family lunches or dinner. These are comfort foods that can be easily be prepared. And Vietnamese coffee would really make my day. It gives me a kick with a strong espresso mix with a condensed milk over ice. Since I take it daily, I learned how to do it because it costs 8 Canadian dollars or 320 pesos for a glass. And finally, I would also love an ice cold beer occasionally. Because of my high carb diet and my height of 5'8.5", I was overweight at 185 pounds. At one point, I panicked because my weight reached 190 pounds and it was just 10 pounds away from 200. I was feeling heavy and bloated. I often felt tired, sleepy, and sluggish. My blood works show that my FBS, the fasting blood sugar, to be quite high, and that made me pre-diabetic. My blood pressure and cholesterol would be controlled through medication. My skin allergy were so bad that I had to stop playing golf, and I could not do any outdoor sports. No scuba diving, no swimming at the beach, no biking. A little sun exposure would make my facial skin reddish, inflamed, and itchy. I have seen almost all the top dermatologists in the country, spent so much money and time just to see them. One dermatologist even sent my blood sample to Germany, costing $1,000, just to check for food allergies. I was using different kinds of ointments to control my skin allergy to no avail. I was hesitant to attend parties, nor have my picture taken. I was really suffering from during extreme weather conditions, be it hot summer or cold winter. My confidence dropped. When I had my annual checkup in Singapore in 2019, well, why Singapore will require another presentation. I had my colonoscopy and the doctor removed 2 polyps from my colon for biopsy. And the result was I developed an autoimmune disorder called gluten sensitivity. Gluten sensitivity and the worst condition is celiac disease, our immune reaction to eating gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. And when I take gluten, it will trigger an immune response in my small intestine, and the gut cannot absorb the nutrients, which leads to a negative impact, which I will discuss on the next slide. This is quite common among North American and European races, and my doctor could not explain how I acquired it, and I'm Asian. There are no medicines to counter this condition except to avoid gluten. There are many gluten-free options in Western restaurants, and staff are well trained to offer to gluten-free diners like me. The problem is when I go to Asian restaurants, because they use a lot of soy sauce and wheat flour in their cooking, and the danger of cooking oil cross-contamination. And every time I return from Canada, my luggages were filled with gluten-free soy sauce, gluten-free oyster sauce, and many other ingredients because they are so expensive in Manila. Every time I go to the grocery store, I need to check the labels and ensure there's no wheat or soy ingredients. And I have to be very mindful of the food that I eat so I won't get sick. So what are the food that contain gluten? So number one, our favorite, the bread, the pandesal, the wheat bread, the focaccia, then the baked goods like cookies, biscuits, and cakes, the cereals, the pasta, some of the soup, soy sauce, and salad dressing. So no more fried food for me from Jollibee, and no more chicken inasal for me when they use ordinary soy sauce. And what happens when we're not careful and eat gluten food? So you will experience bloating, which I had that experience. You have gas, you have constipation, you have diarrhea, skin rash, eczema, brain fog, and gut problem, among others. When you experience these symptoms, consult your doctor. It could be more than just one simple problem. Let me share with you, when I was in Taipei in 2019 with high school classmates to visit our grade school teacher, who is a nun, whom we have not seen for over 50 years. Nako, I gave away my age na. We went to a hot pot restaurant for dinner. I had the meat, the fish, and the vegetables, and avoided the fish balls and the meatballs. However, I forgot that the soup was already contaminated because the fish and the meatballs had flour content. So when I went back to the hotel and went to sleep, I woke up with an upset stomach and had diarrhea all night. I almost did not join the group because I was sick. I'm glad that I got better in the morning and was able to join. It was the last time we were able to see her because God called her home the following year. With my gluten sensitivity condition, I was forced to give up my food tripping and change to mindful eating. Goodbye, siopao. Goodbye, siomai. No more pancit, no more sandwiches, no more back ribs. From high-carb diet to gluten-free diet, I went further to low-carb diet last year. So this added to my list of no-nos. No more rice, no more fried rice, no more starchy food, no more sweet fruits. I really do miss the food I used to eat, but I found substitutes to replace them. I love ramen. I'm sure you do. But how can I enjoy it with the wheat-based noodles? So I replace them with shirataki noodles. I love eating bread, but no more wheat bread or pandesal for me. I replace them with almond bread. I love pizza, but no pizza with wheat dough. So I asked my friend who owns a pizza shop to make me one using almond flour. With my gluten-free and low-carb diet, I don't have symptoms that make me sick. No more diarrhea, no more bloating, no more acid reflux, and a lot lesser inflammation. My doctor in Singapore actually asked me to reintroduce gluten food after a year of abstinence, just to test my gluten tolerance. But I have decided I'm not going back to gluten diet anymore. I am now on a strict low-carb and gluten-free diet, and the benefits are plenty. So first and foremost, I've reduced hunger. I don't easily feel hungry because I take 4 to 6 sachets of barley. I don't crave for sugar. I didn't even have Coke for the past year. My weight is maintained at 168 to 170 pounds. I have leaner muscles. I've reduced risk of cardiovascular diseases. I've lower fasting blood sugar and reverse symptoms of metabolic syndrome. So what's that? It means that it's a cluster of conditions that occur together, increasing your risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. These conditions include increased blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fats around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol or triglycerides level. When my doctor told me that I have to stay away from wheat, barley, and rye because of my condition, I was sad that I had to stop taking barley. In just 2 weeks, I got sick. Perhaps my immune system went down. I shared this with mentor Elise, and she made a research on barley. And my doctor was correct. The barley plant, the spike, and the seeds are gluten. But the barley grass is gluten-free. That was an amazing news for me. I've been taking amazing barley for more than 4 years without any negative reaction and without getting sick. With its 98 micronutrients, they're all working to keep me going throughout the day. I remember when I was younger, I get sick easily after a tiring and stressful day. I'm not saying that barley cures. It definitely helps improve and strengthen our immune system to make us healthier. Of course, we need to rest after a long day. We need to eat right and get the right amount of sleep so barley can do its job and our body can heal and recover for the next day. I managed to convince my wife to take barley too to improve her immune system, and she's taking 2 sachets twice a day consistently. With carb out of the way, my stomach now has more room for real whole food. These are the food I enjoy now. Look at the pictures. You have shrimps, you have crabs, you have squid, sashimi, chicken inasal, pwede yun. But using gluten-free soy sauce, lechon, steak, fish, green leafy vegetables, low sugar food like avocados and berries. Nakakapaglaway, no? Even I eat big portions, my weight now ranges from 168 to 170 pounds. I don't struggle with weight gain. My FBS or fasting blood sugar is normal because I don't eat carbs and because half of them are gluten. I'm working with my doctor to reduce my medicines intake. I'm more energetic and alert. I have stronger immune system with barley's big help too. My skin condition is much, much better. No more inflammation. And of course, we can take pictures anytime. My confidence is back. I have better gut health because I can tolerate a little contamination without any issues. Almost all the restaurants we use the oils previously used in frying food with wheat flour coatings, but I'm okay. So what did I realize in all this? Before I developed gluten sensitivity condition, I was already scared seeing people eating all kinds of high carb, high fats, and high sugar food during the holidays. There were many parties every day and everywhere. A party in the Philippines is not complete without this food on the table. Rice, pancit, sweet and sour fish or pork, lechon, diniguan, adobo, caldereta, macaroni salad, fruit salad, Coke, beer, and hard liquor. And no wonder people get sick and hospitals, they go to hospitals after the holidays because of high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, or overeating or overdrinking. I don't want to spend the rest of my life seeing doctors and going in and out of the hospital. I want to spend my time traveling with my loved ones and friends and healthy enough to continue serving Rotary and our community. So let me share with you words of wisdom from AJ Rep Materi. So many people spend their health gaining wealth and then have to spend their wealth to regain their health. The big question is, what if the wealth spent cannot restore our health? So we need to take care of our health. Many people succumb to delicious but unhealthy food and say, bata pa naman ako. Or bahala na, may gabot naman. I wish to thank my mentor Elise, who introduced me to the amazing world of barley, who never ceases to amaze me with her thirst for knowledge of optimum and healthy lifestyle and willingly share it with others. I am blessed and gratified to have known such a wonderful and selfless person like her. I likewise would like to thank her for inviting me to share my gluten-free and low-carb journey so others may learn something. I am Oliver Ong. I am barleyfied. I am worldwide. So what are the practical tips or advices I can share with you? Number one, watch out for the symptoms. Do not ignore and do not delay. Seek medical help. Second, make better meal choices. Go for nutrient-dense real food over processed and instant food. Like in my case, you can avoid the wheat and gluten soy sauce. Drink barley, amazing barley every day and consistently. Change your lifestyle because it's no fun to be gluten sensitive and even worse to have a celiac disease. Do not remove medication without proper guidance. And lastly, I want to thank our Lord for the early warning and for healing me. Thank you for the second chance. To God be the glory. Thank you all and God bless. Thank you.
All right, thank you po no sa short but sweet na sharing no Mentor Oliver. And yan, okay lang ba no? Uh, Total, I think we still have a lot of time. And maybe some of yung ating mga viewers would like to know more or maybe ask about some of the things that you were able to discuss. So yan mga mentors, I am movers. Just in case na meron kayo na mga katanungan, anything na you would like to ask or add, maybe comment na related dun sa shinare ni Mentor Oliver about sa kanyang naging condition, how Barley was able to help him, and anything, no? So feel free to comment and we will try our best maybe to cater to some of yung inyong mga queries. Right? So but since type pa siguro sila, mag-iisip pa sila, no, Mentor Oliver, okay lang po ba makapagtanong lang ako mga ilan, no, habang
Sure.
naghihintay tayo ng
Sure, no problem.
Alright. So, paano nyo po tinitake pala yung barley? I mean, kanina nabanggit nyo, like, sometimes you even take up to 4 or up to 6 sachets, but paano po yung like on a regular day or on a typical day?
It's automatic. When I wake up, I take 2 already. Then after lunch or before lunch, I'll take another 2. And at night, I will take another two. So if I'm busy, it's usually morning and evening. So it's either from 4 to 6 sachets.
Mm. Alright, ayan. So actually, isa yun pala sa mga kinoment. Ayan. So, ah, nakita ko. And ito po, Mentor Oliver, meron din nagtanong, after 4 years po na taking barley, since you've been taking it since 2018,
Yeah.
meron pa rin daw po ba kayo na maintenance medicine? Kasi di ba yung may na-share kayong mga health challenges like hypertension, etc.
Yes, I cannot remove the medicines without doctor's guidance. Pero meron na isa na bawasan. So I only take now maybe 3 na lang.
Alright. From ano
Before
po
mga 4 yan, ngayon 3 na lang. Hopefully,
ah,
hopefully baka mabawasan pa.
okay. So at least po no na nag-decrease po no.
Yeah.
And looking forward po tayo na mas mabawasan at totally if possible ma-eliminate.
Yes, yes.
Ayan.
That's the goal.
Yes. So ayan, meron din pong mga nagpapasalamat no sa sharing po ninyo. Ayan, marami pong nag-extend po ng kanilang gratitude.
Thank you too.
Oo. Ayan, marami po sinasabi nila they're blessed daw po sa sharing ninyo. Ayan.
Thank you.
Ayan. So pero yun lang po yung status nung as far as yung medication po ninyo.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. But wala pong mga kasi sabi niyo po na nakatulong po sa inyo yung regular na pag-inom ng barley with yung energy, 'di ba? Given that yun nga medyo you frequently travel, 'di ba? So ano po yung can you share more about yung experience niyo doon? Yung parang paano po talaga kayo parang na-energize ba sa pag-inom ng barley?
The first thing is I was afflicted with rhinitis before. So, yung pa lang, that will already really make your day parang wrong start na yung day mo when you have those rhinitis every day. So I still have to use yung nasal spray. So when I started taking barley, nawala yung rhinitis ko. So and then my energy level went up also. So kahit ganong pagod ako, I don't get sick unlike before. So upon learning that, so I kept on taking barley. So parang there's really a positive effect sa ano ko, sa life ko. So that's one thing that I really appreciate about taking barley. So I tried to convince my wife and she also took barley. I convinced my son, he's also taking barley. So sabi ko, I'm a living proof, no, na I'm not just pushing supplements for the sake of doing that. There's really a positive impact on my life. So yeah. So they saw that I'm not sickly anymore. So even I had a long stressful day. By tomorrow I'm up and about again. Especially yung trabaho ko, I travel a lot. So can you imagine when you go to different time zones and then it really affects your sleep. Normally when you don't have enough sleep, 'di ba, ang immune system natin really goes down. So I continue to take barley. So even with all those time difference, like when I go to Canada, it's a 15 to 16 hour time difference. So can you imagine? I'm still awake at 4 in the morning, and my adjustment to Canada time is really difficult because I still have to run a business here in the Philippines, so I follow Philippine time. So, but still, I don't get sick. Basta andyan lang yung barley, okay na ako.
Ayun, nice to hear that. So when you say yung rhinitis, just in case po baka may hindi po familiar. So yun po yung parang yung sa ilong po, no? Yung parang
Yes.
itching kayo, runny
Yes.
nose. Yun po yun, no?
Yes. Correct.
So I can imagine, no? Parang medyo talagang ang laking bother po, no? Pag ganun talaga. Pag,
Yes.
Ayan,
So before, I have to take a medicine, but that will make you sleepy naman. So how can you work the whole day, di ba? So but with barley, nawala yung rhinitis ko. So it's a perfect, my day would be okay.
Alright. So, pagdating po doon sa rhinitis, wala po kayong tinitake na any medications, totally gone na po siya?
Ngayon, wala talaga.
Wow.
Only barley.
Yan, grabe. Yan, sige. So ito, meron pa pong nagtanong, no? What withdrawal symptoms, if any, did you go through when nag-transition po kayo from yung high carb before, di ba, to yung gluten-free and then yung low carb? Did you experience
Oh,
any withdrawal symptoms?
uh, symptoms, withdrawal meron, but for a while because we have been used to eating rice, eating bread all our lives, 'di ba? Tapos bigla na hindi na pwede. So minsan I would think of cheating na lang. Hindi na, sabi ko, but the consequence will be even worse. So I had to find ways how to get some substitute. Buti naman meron naman sa Manila mga almond bread, almond flour. Medyo mahal lang, pero that would be a good substitute, to address the cravings.
I guess,
Then, yeah, when I was okay already sa mga gluten-free food, so it was easy for me to transition from gluten to low carb.
and I guess when you consider yung cost of maybe going to the hospital and taking your medications, cheaper yung bumili ng mga
Oh,
alternatives.
yeah. Yeah, oo.
Ayan.
Yes. Medyo mahal lang, pero when you talk of medical cost ngayon, nako, I would rather stay low carb na lang.
And especially po no na of course with the onset of the pandemic, and although lumuluwag na po ngayon, but we really can't say that we're out of the woods kumbaga ika nga no. So
Oh, no.
talagang ang hirap po no na ma-hospital or magpatingin kasi you never know, baka doon po ma-expose na.
Yes, oo.
Ayan. So, meron po ng tanong, how many times a day po kayo kumakain kung gano'n with the low carb lifestyle that you now lead?
Normally, I eat only twice a day.
Mga ano po yung oras nun? Or may regular po ba kayong
Normally, I
sinusunod?
would skip breakfast, just go for lunch and dinner. So no rice, so usually eggs, lots of protein, meat, vegetables, and of course the barley is always there. So that's why I don't have any hunger span.
So kasi pag umaga po no? So first thing in the morning, inom po agad ng barley, no? So
Oh,
parang
yes, yes, yes. So
parang yun na
that's
po
my
yung
breakfast na.
so
Yun
yun na
ang
po yung
breakfast ko.
yun na po yung nagsusustain ng energy ninyo until lunchtime, no?
Yes, oo.
Ito, so natawa po ako dun sa isang nagtanong, no? Diretsahan po kasi.
Sige lang.
Ano daw, how old are you na daw po ba?
Sige. I'm a senior citizen this year, 60.
Wow! Ayan, no? Pero with much energy at hindi nagkakasakit. O yan, di ba? Kaya movers, mga mentors, ayan, take note. No, wag nating tipirin yung barley kasi mas mura pa rin lumaklak ng barley kesa tayo ay magpagamot. Yan, diba? Yan. So meron pong mga iba naman na nagko-comment, just hindi po question, no? Ito mayroon lang po basahin sa sabi ni ay, naku naman, umangat. Sabi nung isa meron din daw siyang allergic rhinitis pero natulungan din siya nung barley. Yan.
That's good.
So merong ayan. Yan. May isa naman po na binaliktad naman niya, how young are you daw po. Ayan.
Can I say something on that?
Sige po.
Slim, sexy at 60.
Yun. Slim, sexy at 60. O, di ba? Ayan. So, sa mga, mga kaidaran po ni Mentor Oliver, ayan so take note. That's the goal, di ba? Slim and sexy at 60. Ayan. O, yung iba, baka gusto nyo pang i-apply kahit 70. Pwede. No? So, it still rhymes. Ayan. So, dami po na nagpapasalamat, pati po yung mga nagtatag ng I guess mga members or even mga prospects po nila. So yan, dami pong nakaka-relate do sa yung share po ninyo kasi alam naman po natin, Mr. Oliver, na yung mga na-share nyo na health challenges ay very common, no? Especially sa ating pong mga Pilipino na really we're leaning towards yung high carb na diet. Ayan, so ito may mga nagtatag. Watch mo ito. Yan, mga ganun no? Ayan, so may nagsabi pa, wow, the same po sa akin since nag-take ako ng barley na wala yung rhinitis. Ayan.
And
Wow.
That's nice to hear.
Yan, sige, keep them coming, mentors. Yan, ang bilis minsan yung iba hindi ko na nakumpletong basahin yung yung ano nila, comment nila. Yan, meron po ito. I need to read this. You look 47 years of age, Mentor Oliver.
Oy, thank you.
Very specific talaga eh. 47 yung sinabi. No?
Paano
Yes.
niya na-compute, no? 47.
Baka based po doon sa ano, wala pong masyadong wrinkles, tapos hindi po sobrang white pa yung hair, mga ganun. Makinis pa yung
But, alam mo, Nico, before, yung skin ko, itong part, ito, sobrang reddish yan pag when I get sun exposure. Tapos may mga patches na yan. So when I stop taking gluten food, tsaka low carb, nawala yan. And of course, my continuous taking of barley also helped.
So, ano po, meron po kayong mga tinitake din po ba? Like, was that a medical condition na parang pinatingin po ninyo? Or you've had, yun nga, parang mga challenges with, pinatingin po ganun?
You know, I'm still taking some medicines for high blood pressure, mga ganyan. Pero yun na lang ang naiwan. Because before, when you see a doctor, the doctor will immediately prescribe you, ito na yung gamot. Kasi high blood di ba? So since then, hindi natanggal yung meds. So I'm now trying to discuss with the doctor kung pwede mabawasan na yan kahit just slowly ba. Sabi ko, wala naman ako high blood pressure ngayon. It's very seldom. Yun. And then I seldom get sick. Parang I don't even remember I got sick for the past 4 years.
Wow.
Flu, ganyan.
So definitely no hospitalizations or
wala talaga.
Wow.
So sayang lang binabayad ko yung ano tawag yan, yung card.
Health card pa.
Yeah.
Yan. Grabe sayang. Yan. So, ito po may nagsabi po when you stay in Canada for a visit, does your symptoms of allergic rhinitis goes away especially during winter?
Wala talaga.
Wow. Ayan. So,
Wala.
nagtanong nun si Mentor Felix Covarrubias. Yan. So, Mentor Felix, wala daw kahit winter.
Winter, summer, whatever season, the rhinitis never came back.
Grabe, no? So, with regular na pag-inom lang ng barley. Ayan. So, marami po nagko-comment about your age. Some are saying you look 50, some are saying you look 40. Yan. Sabi ko po, nakakabata talaga no, pag-inom ng barley. And of course, with a healthy and nutrient-dense diet.
Salamat for the comments.
Ayan. So, grabe no, laki po nung natitipid po ninyo kung tutuusin, no? Yun nga, yung sa pagpapagamot or pagpapatingin sa mga doctors. Dahil nga, parang dito na lang napunta, no? So, yung prevention, ika nga talaga is better and cheaper than cure. Would you agree po, Metro?
Yes, that's correct. I spent a lot of money seeing dermatologists, doctors. Ang ang solution lang pala dyan, barley lang tsaka low carb
Wow, edi pag yung sa derma po, medyo mahal po yun, no?
Sobrang mahal. You know, I went to all the top dermatologists na. Wala talaga. They have their own concoctions of their cream, di ba? They make their own cream. So, wala talaga. It did not help. Kasi symptomatic So, we have to address the root cause
So, yun po, no? Talagang kailangan yung from within, no? Yung yung healing. Ayan. So, ayun. Yung autoimmune, tama po ba? Yung parang ganun po siyang
Yes. So, what I had was an autoimmune disorder. So, even the doctor cannot explain how I acquired it. Sabi ko, this is more prevalent sa mga Americans, Europeans, Canadians, mga puti ba? Sabi ko, hindi naman ako puti, Asian naman ako. So how come I had this gluten sensitivity? So yan, it just triggered lang daw yan. So since I have been off gluten food for the past 4 years, so wala na akong mga symptoms, wala na akong negative reactions. So the the best way to address this kind of problems is to avoid gluten food.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yun, di ba? So, ayun, na-take note sa mga mentors. So, if gaya ni Mentor Oliver, meron din kayo or someone you know na yung gluten sensitivity, so it's a serious uh, condition at nakakatulong, no? Of course, yung barley, at the same time, yun, change tayo ng lifestyle. Yan. Diba? So, ayan, may mga, sana yun, nalagpasan. Ito po, may nagtanong. Uh, how long that you have diagnosed the celiac disease meds and how many months you take the barley na nawala po yung problem?
I was diagnosed with the gluten sensitivity in 2019.
Mm. So, nagsimula
So,
na po kayong mag-take pala ng barley tapos saka kayo.
barley, I was taking 2018.
Mhm.
Then the doctor told, when I was diagnosed with gluten sensitivity, sabi ng doctor, oh, Mr. Ong, you're not supposed to take wheat, barley, and rye. Sabi ko, paano na yung amazing barley ko? Sinabi ko kay Mentor Elise, sabi ko, can you do a research on this? Or should I really stop taking amazing barley? So she did the research and she found out that totoo pala na barley hindi pwede because it's gluten. But the barley grass that we are taking is gluten-free.
Mm.
So, di ba? The amazing talaga. So, I went back to take the barley grass. So, it has been like that since 3 years ago, di ba? So, I continued. So, wala naman reaction. So, gluten-free, I can declare that amazing barley grass is gluten-free.
Mhm. Ayan. So, ayan. Thank you for clarifying, no? So, mga mentors, yung barley grass na iniinom natin, di ba? So, yung ating pure organic barley, yan po ay yung young na barley plant. Right? So, it doesn't contain gluten. Kaya, pwedeng-pwede. Yan. Yun po yung na-explain ni Mentor Oliver. At, yung maaring marinig po nyo kasi no, sa ibang tao or even maybe sa doctors ninyo na bawal ngayong barley, pag yung mature na plant, di ba?
Yes.
So, ayun. So, it's also a type of grain na para siyang yung wheat, di ba? So, ayun, oo, may gluten yon. Pero pang ating pure organic barley is gluten-free. Right. Yan. So, ito meron pong nagtanong si Ana Victoria Biderio. Other than allergic rhinitis, any allergies pa po ba like with food or animals?
Wala. Food, as far as food is concerned, wala akong allergy. For the skin lang, yung skin ko, so medyo na-resolve naman yan because I was taking barley and low carb.
All right, thank you. And ito po, si Mentor Robil Raimundo. Amazing morning. Would you mind sharing po what kind of blood pressure medicine you are taking? I also reduced my blood pressure med since I started taking barley.
I was taking Alzor. I think it's Alzor ang brand yan eh. So actually, I forgot to share with you. Before I was taking 40 milligrams over 5 milligrams. So it's a combination of two medicines. Now I remember yung meds ko was reduced na pala from 40 to 20 over 5.
Mm.
So yeah, I now remember. So
Wow.
may good news pala.
Yan. So, ayan. So, just note po, no, sa ating lahat. So, when it comes to yung medication management, of course, i-discuss po ninyo with your doctor, right? So,
Yeah.
yung pong sinishare po ni Mentor Oliver, please do not take it as medical advice, no? Nor
No.
anything na sinishare ko din. Dahil hindi po kami doktor. Di ba? So, ano lang po kami, MD, PhD. Mukhang doktor, pero hindi doktor. Yeah, di ba? So, of course, anything that deals with yung medication po ninyo, discuss with your doctor. And ayan, syempre open nyo po yung discussion if you're taking itong barley. Ayan, so pero yun nga, yung gaya nung kanina, like yung dun sa barley na wheat versus yung barley grass, di ba? So kailangan alam po ninyo yung difference so that you may be able to defend. Gaya po na nangyayari kay Mentor Oliver na pinagbabawalan siya ng barley, ang may gluten pala, yung pag-mature na barley plant. Pero yung young barley grass, walang gluten. Di ba? Yung mga ganon. So kaya mahalaga po na alam din po natin no, yung product natin, no? At syempre yung nakakapakinig tayo ng ganito, no, mga testimonies ng mga nagsi-share paano sila natulungan ng product. Yan. Yan. So merong sabi na pwede po yan mens kasi ako dati maintenance ako ng Aprovast. Ano ay, ang dami kasi nagko-comment, sorry. Biglang umangat. Ayan, di ba? Yan. So, pero may mga nag-share din po doon sa comments ng paano sila natulungan ng barley and some even doon sa mga different na kanilang mga medical conditions or challenges. Yan. So, ito meron pa po nagsabi na permission to share your testimony, Sir Oliver.
Anytime, sure.
Ayan. So, may na-comment po, you look young. Ayan. Sabi ni Men's Glory, when I take barley, I don't feel hungry in my work, but grabe po ang pawis ko sobra kaya nag-lose weight ako ngayon. I'm happy when I drink barley. I feel good and happy. Ayan. Right. So siguro we have time for maybe just one or two more. Ayan. Sige, hanap tayo ng iba nagko-comment. Ayan. So may nag-share. I've been struggling with a lot of inflammations before, but this barley helped me. Yan, sabi po yun ni Mentor Malucci. Yan. Yan, sabi ulit ni Mentor Ana Victoria, that's great to hear and to know. Indeed, barley really helps a lot in boosting our immune system. Yan. Yan. Sige, so maybe habang wala pa naman na nagtatanong or nag-additional po na comment, ano po yung maybe, alam ko kanina po, Mentor Oliver, meron na kayong parang binigay or share na mga practical tips, no? Pero maybe ngayon, parang in closing, ano po yung siguro paanyaya or maybe an invitation po ninyo sa ating mga viewers pagdating po dun sa, syempre, dun sa ating product and of course, yung change no, to a healthier lifestyle that you've started?
Well, barley really helps, no, improve our immune system. But we cannot expect that barley can cure all sickness and diseases. Hindi talaga pwede. It really helps, no. When your immune system is strong, then you feel better. You have more energy. You're more alert. So continue taking barley and trust that it will help you. So as a way of ending our testimonial Thursday, I like to propose a toast. Yan, no? Nako, hindi lumalabas yung color. Oh. Yan, barley ko yan. Oh. This will be my sixth sachet for the day.
Wow. Hindi ko po natanggap yung memo na dapat pala mayroong toast. Yan, wow, di ba? Yan, so pero sige po, susundan ko po kayo after po nito ating live stream. So yan, maraming salamat po, no?
Thank you also for giving me the opportunity to share my journey, my gluten-free and low-carb journey together with my barley.
Yan. So thank you po so much, no, Mentor Oliver. And para sa akin naman po, maybe just some parting words. Mga mentors, wag po nating abusuhin no? yung ating katawan. So, although may barley naman tayo, wag po tayong magkaroon naman ng ganong mindset na, sige, okay lang, abusuhin yung katawan, may barley naman. So, kumbaga, gaya nga na sinabi kanya ni Mentor Oliver na, yun nga, yung, parang so many people spend their health gaining wealth, di ba? But have to spend their wealth to regain their health. So, lagyan po natin ng balance, no? So, wag po natin i-sacrifice, no, yung health natin dahil po yun, we're trying to gain wealth kasi meron naman pong way para together, no, ma-achieve natin yung goals na yan. So, ayan. So, thank you so much po once again, no, Mentor Oliver Ong.
Thank you. Thank you, Nico.
Yan. So,
Muchas gracias, Nico.
yes, and shout out, by the way, syempre kay Mentor Elise, yan, who's watching right now all the way from China. So, gusto niya sanang sumama, pero yun nga, di ba? Hindi lang, nag-align ang mga stars. Ayan, so, nagko-comment siya, no? I-shout out daw yung, parang nagbubuhat naman ako ng bangko, glowing skin daw. Ayan. So thank you, no, Mentor Elise, 'di ba, sa inyong help. Ayan, kay Mentor Oliver and even sa amin po, 'di ba? So ayan, mga mentors, your organic barley definitely makakatulong 'yan sa atin. And of course, explore tayo ng healthier na lifestyle, 'di ba? Para dahil marami pa tayong gagawin, 'di ba? Marami pa tayong taong tutulungan. All right? So yeah, with that, we can wrap it up. So, yun, thank you, Mentor Oliver. Thank you, mga mentors. Yun, at God bless po sa ating lahat. Once again, no, ito po ang inyong host, Mentor Nico Navarro, and I am Worldwide. To God be the glory.
Thank you. Thank you, Nico. Bye-bye.